Well, this is a speculation video, but if I am correct, it could spoil a lot of the film, so be warned. Let's first acknowledge Mendez, who did a pretty good behind the scenes compilation. But again, this is his editing, so we have to be careful. It's not necessarily the official way the behind the scenes is going to be presented to us. So bearing that in mind, but no reason to think he deceived us. So now let us get to the big reveal, and it's shocking because it's right at the very beginning and pretty obvious. But again, what do we make of it? Well, essentially, we have a puzzle because we all know there probably will be a copycat within the film. The question would be, well, who is the copycat? What is their motivation? And is it Corey? And I'm going to present a pro and con for Corey, but I think, and or I'm hoping, really there is the evidence of two copycats. And what is the evidence? Well, it's right there at the very beginning. If you look at the hands, this Michael has two hands. So something's wrong because he should be missing fingers. So right away, that's an alarm bell that this is not really Michael. This is different Michael, has dark coveralls, looks like Michael, walks like Michael. It's not Michael. And the big tip off is the ring. There is a persistence that the fake Michael has a ring. The ring shows up persistently in several different scenes, and the hands are also too clean. So this can't be Michael for various reasons. They have full hands. They seem to have a ring on their finger, and and of course they may not be as tall as real Michael, etc., etc. So we have certain physical clues, and the biggest one is the ring clue. The question then turns to Corey: does he have a ring? I think I spotted a ring in one scene, but it's unclear because, again, we need more sharpness. He's moving his hands too much. It's really hard to tell. There is a persistence that he has a bandaged hand. That seems consistent, but him having a ring is speculative. I did try to freeze him in the sewer. It looks like he has a ring, but it's just too hard to tell. So, does he have a ring? Is he the ringer? Is he the fake Michael? It's not clear. It's plausible. Obviously, he could be the fake Michael. That's it. Laurie will take on the two Michaels. It's over. Nothing more to see. But I do think with the mask, one of the masks is too clean on this fake Michael. So that tells me something is not correct because one of the fake Michaels has on a very deteriorated version of the mask, which presumably is the original mask that Michael has with him, but it was taken from him or stolen from him or whatever. So we still have a little bit of a gap in terms of explaining that. So I think it's much more likely there are two Michaels. It could be Corey is helping Michael, is even doing some of the copycat killings, but there is a second copycat killer, which would make sense because this is a very kind of Scream movie. So it's not that there has to be one copycat killer. There could be multiple copycat killers. To make it cohere with what I think is going on in my other speculation videos, it could be what will happen is Corey will be confronted, beat up, or subdued. That leads into the real fight with Michael, and maybe that is the kitchen fight, though I'm having a lot of questions of who is that Michael, but we'll put that aside for now. And it could be they do, quote, kill real Michael in the junkyard scene, quote unquote, but we still have one more Michael. That Michael will return for a final fight. Laurie is ready for that Michael, and that will end the movie. So we really will have technically three Michaels. We'll have Corey, we'll have real Michael, and this other copycat killer who is impersonating Michael. And the big tip off is the ring. But things still aren't making sense because in one scene it seems that fake Michael and real Michael are facing off and they have a ring. I could be getting the order of the scenes wrong, and David Gordon Green has admitted they're still playing with the structure of the scenes. It makes much more sense that fake Michael and real Michael face off, real Michael kills fake Michael, and that may leave Corey in some scenes. What happens to him, I don't quite know. And that would make a little bit more sense, but I'm guessing they're still going to pull some twist ending because now that you have copycat killers, really, we don't know the number. It could be two, it could be three, it could be four. There's just too many possibilities. But I do think at least there has to be one copycat killer. True, but the ring indicates there are probably two copycat killers because, again, it's not just the ring, it's not just the mask or the clean hands. They also look a little bit more fat than real Michael. So either James has been eating a lot of cakes and just looks a little bit more heavy this time around, or something is going on. There definitely is an extra copycat killer somewhere. That creates a lot of problems for the narrative. I know that, but Again, I think that's the route they're taking, and it's just too persistent. This ring keeps showing up over and over again, and the person who has the ring has two full hands, but they're dressed up as Michael Myers, and it seems they're persistently in dark coveralls. So it stands to reason, given that Corey has a bandaged hand, there has to be a second copycat killer. It could be that Corey will be doing some copycat killings, but he is not the only one. There is someone else there in the shadows. Either they're helping Michael or they're trying to replace Michael. Maybe they have a rivalry. Maybe they're not really friends, but there does appear to be evidence of a second Michael, and the ring is the biggest clue. But we have to look at Corey's hands more carefully. He does have a ring too, and maybe that is evidence that he is the, and that is evidence that he is fake Michael, and or that's just a false clue. There is another person with a ring on their finger, and that is the second fake Michael.